conversation with Terry McMillan. I'm nervous, but
if you do things from here and here, somebody will notice.
it's okay to not have a man or not be married at a certain age or not have kids. Everybody has childhood traumas, right? We held a lot of how we felt internalized them on the outside, just didn't talk about it. The makeup was so beat. She got attitude. Between 20 and 40, you need to be paying attention. So I am here, ready to go in. I can't stop smiling. Okay. Today is the day. It is early and I am going to see Terry McMillan. I'm super excited. So she is coming to town with her new book, and I have VIP passes with her. How freaking cool is that? This is what I wanted to do for 2024. I wanted to get out and about, meet, network, and just be in my element with my people, my authors, my writers, you know. Excited.
Strawberry on my lips and chocolate fingertips. I can feel the beat running through the speakers. Blue skies, blue waves, every day's a good day. Lazy Sunday afternoon, I'ma take Monday off too. Ooh, got me so in love with the summer days. Ooh, got me feeling dizzy from the summer haze. Cause we got the sunshine by the poolside. Such a fun time living for the hot life. Bring the right vibes and the tan line. Keep a free mind, yeah. Cause we got the sunshine by the poolside.
So I am here, ready to go in. Gotta put my jacket on. I'm so nervous, I can't even put the phone up. The makeup was so beat and the eyes started running. I think I sprayed too much primer on. I'm just doing the most because I'm so nervous, but I'm so happy and I'm nervous at the same time. So I'm gonna try to prop you up here so I can put my jacket on, but I didn't get a chance to show you my outfit because of course I was running late, but I had this bustier one and then I have a pinstripe suit. So this is the pants, this is the bustier, and I'm gonna put the jacket on, but I gotta prop you up. So when I tell you today has been a day, believe me. Let me turn the car off now before I forget. Why am I nervous? Not my book signing, not my book tour, not my speaking engagement, but I am very nervous and excited all at once. So yeah, I went all out for Terry. So I'm gonna go in now because it looks like they're letting people in. Got my cute bag. I'm gonna take my glasses just in case because I can't see that far away. However, this bag doesn't hold a whole lot. I can't even take my snacks. I have them, but I can't take them because for one, they make too much noise. All that peeling and cracking is gonna mess up my lip. And the lip is lipping right now. I want to take my water, but I don't think I'm going to. So let me get in here. Welcome to the
historic Camelot Theater. Husband and wife. My husband is direct from Bogota, Colombia. And I'm from Long Beach.
Experiences of people that you know? Is it totally made up? How do you come up with these stories?
No, I try not to write about people that I know. All they're looking for a reason. A lot of us feel the same stuff. Pain is painful. And I didn't know that it was going to be this much fun. I didn't know it was going to be this nice. I'm 72 years old. I don't mind it. I remember the stuff I do. God is good, but, you know, he ain't no magician. You know, he gave us a capacity to do things and to think for ourselves and to see the beauty in our lives. And sometimes we don't look.
If you do things that you believe in, from here, and it's done for the right reasons, somebody will notice.
I like writing. Backspace. I can hit delete. Right now, because of my age, I realize that there are things that are happening to me that I would never have thought in a million years would be happening. I mean, I'm going to have a television series. Are you kidding me? I'm 72 years old.
You know that, baby, you deserving the best. Yeah, yeah. Go take a look up in the mirror. You gotta see a little clearer. Who's that woman looking right back? She's a beauty queen, bad. You ain't nobody's number two. These men, they should be fighting over you.
It is, I don't know. It is Wednesday. Listen, I ain't even gonna front. It's February the 28th. Okay, so you saw what time I got up this morning. I made myself some coffee. I need my energy. So, I don't need these on to see you. Terry McMillan. Let's talk about it. So, you would have seen me post a little bit about the event. I was very nervous. Very, very nervous. I mean, I just could not. I don't know why. You're not the one that's having the speaking engagement. You're not the one that's having the book tour. So why are you so nervous? I had no idea. I was nervous. Earlier that day, I was nervous getting dressed. Ended up leaving a whole half an hour later than I wanted to. I mean, I was still on time. I was still good, but I was going to get there extra early. Being next to her, taking a photo with her, talking, you know, like we're having this conversation like we're friends. She was like, you know, are you from the area? Where do you live? And then when I told her, she was like, oh, where's that? I'm having a conversation with Terry McMillan. She's an icon. Say what you will, but she is an icon for African-American Black women, such as myself. She's an icon. She is the one, in my opinion, that she helped us understand that it's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to not have a man or not be married at a certain age or not have kids. She was the one that kind of brought it out that it was okay for us to be us, you know, without judgment. No judgment zone. And that is why I absolutely love reading her books. Or if you want to know anything about me, know that Waiting to Exhale is my all-time favorite movie. What's crazy is I also loved, which I saw many years before Waiting to Exhale, and that was Sparkle. Let me be candid. I really believe the reason why I like Sparkle is because in that era, during that time, it's Irene Cara, where she was dating the guy and she was a singer and he was basically meeting her, which was not uncommon during that time for the men to beat their women. And it wasn't a color thing. It was black, it was white. Much more easier back then to get away with. Can't do that now. But back then, they did it and they got away with it. Everybody has childhood traumas, right? I'm not exempt. I really believe the childhood trauma that I experienced growing up in the 70s was the movie Sparkle just kind of put it on the big screen. A lot of things going on back then. Many women were being abused by their family members, brothers, uncles, cousins, people that you trusted, people that you believed were there to nurture and care for you. Just didn't talk about it. So I really believe I resonated with Sparkle because I've seen a lot at my age. My own aunts, they had went through similar things that was going on in the movie. We never talked about it. And as kids, you don't ask questions. Well, back in my day, you didn't ask questions. That's just not what you did. We didn't have that luxury or that option when I was growing up. You didn't even get a question answered enough to just be okay with it because you didn't ask. To see Sparkle on the big screen, yeah, that was a big deal. Sparkle, I was just getting into my teens. And Waiting to Exhale, which came out many, many years later. I was in my 20s when I saw Waiting to Exhale. And I had already come through a lot of what was discussed in that movie. Yeah. So that's what I thought that movie did. It made women such as myself feel that it's okay to need, to want, to feel lonely, to feel unloved. Not that it was okay to be depressed. I'm not saying that at all, because some of that stuff can spiral you into a depression. What I'm saying is, for many, many years, such as in the Sparkle era, we held a lot of how we felt in, or just our feelings. We didn't internalize them on the outside. We just dealt with them as best we could on the inside. When the movie came out, it was like an awakening. Everybody's going through this. This is something happening to a lot of our women today, and they're coping and they're dealing with it, and you can too. It's like when I talked about Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. That was an anthem for Black women. We will survive. So she was another icon that I resonated with back when I was younger and seeing a lot of things that I couldn't talk about. Mary McMillan herself said that was the reason why she started writing. She felt that there was a lot of injustices and things that we as women were going through and facing that she didn't like, she didn't agree with, but didn't have a whole lot of control back then. But she had her voice, and she used her voice in her writing, and that writing turned into books and bestseller, type books, and then into movies. He has just partnered with Lifetime, bringing a series of shows depicting Black women and how their struggles are different from others, how we've overcome, how our strength enables us to keep going. You know what I'm saying? To be the big boss and still have to keep our emotions in check. Can't be too loud because overpowering. Your voice can't be too low because just too timid. Aggressive, over-aggressive. That was such an accomplishment. Well-deserved. I didn't even realize she was turning 73 this year, but I enjoyed myself. I got a lot of feedback from it. I was tuned into every word she was saying. I don't know how old you are, but if you're anywhere between 20 and 40, You need to be paying attention to people of wisdom, people that have been here and have done it. Where they are now, like she's overcome some things, a lot of people don't know about, but she has overcome some things. She made it very clear. She does not drink. She does not smoke anything. She's a creative. She needs that creative juices to flow. My creative juices flow when I'm sleeping. So I need to recharge the brain. I can't stay up all night too many nights because that doesn't work for me. I think most writers, including myself, and one of the reasons why I write, it's fulfilling. You're looking at it and you're like, wow, all that was in me. I was thinking all that. You don't even realize it because it just flows. Tyler Perry, he'll go away to a cabin and just lock himself down for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And out of that, with a movie script, a series of shows or book, we all do it. I know for me, one of the reasons why I am in the mountains, why I am in the desert, because every time I would visit this area, something was pulling and calling on me. Talent I possess is right here. Out here is where it really gets real. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so enough of that. It's a great time to be had. I have a lot more events coming up, so I am going to talk about them because, hey, after tomorrow, there will be no more February, at least not for 2024. I committed myself to reading more books this year. I've read a lot last year, but now I'm going to hold myself accountable. I committed to quarters. First quarter being January, February, and March. 2 books a month. Not that I can't read more. Sometimes we put more on ourselves, because we think that we can do so much. And don't get me wrong, keep thinking that way, but learn to adjust or go in another direction. You're still going to get to that same place. So for me, I know myself. I know myself very well, and I can get busy. March is filled to the very end, and then I'm going to take a trip to Paris. Exhale. If I feel that I can increase it, I very well can, but it'll be at my own pace. I just wanted to read more. I just want to make more time for me, more time to read, more time to understand, more time to just be. And for me, reading is, my being. A candle, get a great cup of tea, maybe some light music, depending on if you can read along with something in the background, but set the ambiance and just give yourself an hour or 2 out of the day, 2-3 times a week. My way of giving to myself every day is in my meditation. When I write down in my journal and I meditate, I don't care if it's 10 or 15 minutes, it's some time carved out for me. So we're in a leap year, meaning there will be a February 29th tomorrow. For those of you who were born on the 29th, you are having a birthday tomorrow. I think that's so cool. I wonder what that feels like to have a year come around and the day you were born. Like I said, I'm not even trying to front with y'all. I'm blind as a bat when it comes to trying to read anything small. My hair is just kind of put up in a little bun, and then I put this little clip on it. You know how I do. Pull the little sides down. Always line my lips. My face is treated. I have a robe on because I do have an event to go to later, but I'm not going to dress up like I did for Terry McMillan. It's just a artsy thing at the college, so I'm probably going to just put on something more casual and comfortable. Making moves, specifically making moves in 2024. I don't schedule what I'm going to do. This is how it works. When I wake up in the morning, I look and see what has already been scheduled for me. And don't get me wrong, I do the scheduling, but I do it months out. Like right now, I'm scheduling some things for April, I'm scheduling some things for May and June and so forth. Then when that month comes, that's the commitment. So I schedule things a couple months out, and then I hold myself accountable. It's like you would a job. If you have a 9 to 5 and you've got work in your task list to do, you've got to do it, right? Well, this is my task list. Not all the time I can get through everything because, as you have seen, I've been sick a lot this past couple of weeks. But I will make an attempt. I don't, this is for me. This is for me. So everything I put in here is something I'm going to learn, something I'm going to grow with, something I'm going to be able to add to my personal development. It's just another thing that's getting me to that place that I want, that goal, that dream. So I make sure I stay on task. Later today, I'm going to this art documentary. And what he does is he has built structures with cardboard. Phenomenal. An event in January, there's an event in February, there's an event in March. So February was Terry McMillan. I don't remember who was January, but I can tell you this, it did get canceled because we were having some like wonky weather. For March is going to be Billy D. Williams, and I'm going to be at that one as well. He also has a book that he wrote. I have talked for a really long time. I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, so I should have filmed this earlier. I didn't do too much today. I'm going
in 2 miles, turn right to merge onto I-10.
I'm going to this art documentary at the college. Hi, how are you? My brother was an artist and he passed away very young. So this is his shirt. Got on a pair of tights, my Gucci slides, and I did leave my hair out. So it's starting to get dark because the event starts at 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock as we speak. I'll let you know how it is tomorrow morning because it's from 6 to 7:30. I do not know what time I'm going to get home, but I can tell you it's been a long day.
Are you happy?
I'm 82 years old now. It was so physical doing that piece.
It is about 7:30. Today is February the 29th. It is the last day of the month. Sometimes I wake up and I want to go skiing. Sometimes I wake up and I want to go horseback riding. Sometimes I wake up and I want to go swimming. Today, I woke up and I wanted to go running. So I think I have one event today. Hip hop celebration at the Art Museum later today. I'm gonna head over to the trail, get my heart rate up and going, just gotta keep that momentum. But wait, so on my drive this morning, I was listening to the Wendy Williams story. Well, I think there's a documentary that just dropped and everybody's talking about it. Have you watched the documentary? I'm gonna watch it probably this weekend. Got all about the event. It was so good. You've seen a little bit of the footage. They served beverages and they made sugar cookies. That was really nice. So this event was held at the college here in the desert. He was very meticulous about his work. I loved the fact that he included his wife in the process of the film, his children. It was quite fascinating. A lot of people were in attendance. They were pretty much 20, 30 years older than me, probably a lot more money than me. That's that. So Let me get to this trail before it gets too late. About maybe 3 minutes in. When I start to run, I'll turn you off. I'll run. I'll get my heart rate up. Okay, so I just finished my mile up. I'm gonna run back down. Wow. Let me catch my breath. Oh my God. This was exhilarating. Definitely a lot easier going down than going up. I will say that. Whew, trying to catch my breath. Wait a minute. Can't catch my breath. I can't see. The sun's in my eyes. But I feel great. I feel amazing. So glad I listened to my intuition when it said, get up and go for a run, because it was everything. I am finished my workout. According to this, I accomplished what I needed to accomplish, so I'm out. So this is the look. I put the hair up. I got a little piece here, a little piece here. I have on my Burberry glasses. Loving that. I don't have the sweatshirt on yet because it's a little hot. The sun is like sunning right now, so I'm gonna wait until I get to the museum before I put that on. So I just have on a tank top. I got the sweatpants on, and you'll see the bag when I take pictures too, but I gotta get out of here because I'm running late. I'll see ya, bye. Friday, and it is March, so happy March as well. I got in pretty late last night because I went to that 50 celebration of hip hop at the art museum. It was okay. I mean, we're going to talk about that more during my coffee and conversation, but for now, drop the shoes, drop the bag, pretty much stayed out here, watched some television, and completely fell asleep. So I'm going to restore this area, and then I'll come back to you with coffee and conversation, and we can discuss what happened. Let's just say that I was a little dissatisfied. I won't lie. I felt it could have been a little better, in my opinion, only because it's 50 years of hip hop celebration. This is not the 10th year anniversary. This is not the 20th or the 30th. It's 50 years. So how long does it really take for you to get it together and realize that, you know, we're here, we're here to stay. And it just kind of felt like it was only done, or should I say it was only put on for the simple fact of we're in Palm Springs, it's the art museum, it's Black History Month, so it's sort of like they felt they needed to do this. And for me, that force, or how can I say, that type of energy, forced energy, it's just fake. I am back. Hey. Let's talk about the event last night. So I guess I should get comfortable. Okay, yeah, we need to have a brief discussion about people. I'm gonna say this, and it may offend some of you, and who knows, maybe it won't. Years and years and years of these organizations, they don't really care about us, don't really care about our history. They do it because someone else probably told them it's the right thing to do. You can tell, at least I can, when something that is put on to honor Black History Month or any type of history for that era is genuine, is from the heart, is like you can feel it. It just resonates all through you. You can tell when you get or when you attend these events and they're forced. They're doing it because they feel they have to. Listen, as an Aquarian, I'll be the first to tell you, don't do me no favors. Do not do me any favors. I have made it very clear, friends, family, people I know, if you were not in my life while I'm present and alive, please don't show up at my funeral. Please do not show up at my memorial. Because for me, it just feels like you're trying to clear your conscience at my expense, or on my celebration, or on my homecoming. No. We're not doing that. And that's how I feel about this whole Black History Month celebration. It's like some of y'all don't even spend like months or the prior year organizing and putting these things together. You probably do them the week before. This area it's a lot of money out here. Let me just say that. It's a lot of money out here. Right now, we are in the tennis paradise. We are in the golfing tournaments. We are getting ready to go into Coachella, the Stagecoach, which is the country festival. This is our time because come May, it gets too hot. So January, February, March, April, a little bit of May, there's going to be some great events, great festivals. We also have our street fair on Thursdays, like between that 5 and 10 o'clock hour, where all of the local vendors come out and they sell everything: handmade jewelry, woodwork, clothes, Afghans. It's just a little bit of everything. Blown art, drawn art. It's the biggest outdoor, it's not really a flea market, street market, basically, that we host at, well, not we, that Palm Springs hosts every Thursday evening. So if you are coming out here, keep that in mind. You don't just have to party or have a good time on the weekends. We do things during the week. I didn't look at a lot of the art because I wanted to see what this block party 50th celebration was about. And I'm going to tell you where I felt they could have been better. This is my opinion, my breakdown of what I felt could have been better. Why would you bring in a DJ that didn't live in that era? Sure, the younger kids, they know about the music. And a lot of it is because it was sampled in some of these new artists that are coming up. You know, these new rappers. Over the years, I've heard a few of them say, that beat is tight, not knowing it was sampled from my era when it was first introduced, first coming up. So why would you get a DJ that is not from that era? If you're going to celebrate 50 years of hip hop, at least put the money out there. Palm Springs draws in a lot of money. Them donors, they got the dough. And they sponsor just about every event. If you really cared about this whole Black History Month and you wanted to do something, don't get me wrong, people will say, well, at least they did something. I'm so tired of hearing, no. Because if you're going to do it right. Do it like you would a Frank Sinatra. Do it like you would, Dean Martin. I'm still feeling some kind of way because living out here, knowing that whole Rat Pack with Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., they got street signs. Ain't no Sammy Davis Jr. street sign out here. He was just as prominent as they were. I actually saw Ginger Rogers now. I remember Ginger Rogers from a long, long time ago. You may too. But they got a Ginger Rogers street out here. Of course, there's a Bob Hope guy. A highway. I just was really surprised at the fact that they have all these streets out here named after these entertainers. But some of the prominent ones that came from our era, like Sammy Davis Jr., nothing. Why is that, Palm Springs? So can anybody answer that? He got a house out here. He paid taxes out here. He brought a lot of money to Palm Springs. But no matter where you drive in the area, you got Kirk Douglas. You got, what's some of the ones that I've been seeing that I was like, wow. You got Donnie Shore out here. That's what I mean when I say what I said earlier, in that they do it because they have to, not because they're invested in, they want to. So I'm going to give you kibbles and bits, basically. And I'm tired of it. And I'm not going to keep supporting these events. You seen I went across the street, right? After the art museums. I left about a half an hour early. And I went across the street because they were having something else in the park area. And that party, that DJ was so much better. He wasn't even African American. He was Mexican. And he played more music from the start of the hip hop era than we heard at that art museum event. I was just like, are you kidding me? You can always tell when I get excited because my voice goes way up here, and I'm trying to keep it down. I'm trying because I'm not upset about it. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. I didn't like the fact that they chose these DJs that weren't playing the good music. Now, I understand the party across the street was in an open area, and maybe at the art museum, certain things you couldn't play. But hey, the radio's playing it. So there is a lot of clean music out there. And back then, it wasn't as raw as it is now. There was no excuse. You got a BS DJ, if you will, to come and do a subpar performance, pay them probably such a small amount of money, and called it a day. Somebody did that just was happy to get a check. I'm highly disappointed. As much money as the art museum bring in year round. Because every time someone comes here to this area to visit, that's where they want to go, to the art museum. It's a fabulous art museum. And I've seen the donors. I've seen the money that comes in there. If you're going to do a 50th celebration, you got to bring generation that resembles that and play the music from that era, not this new music today. So that's how I feel. You know, you don't represent us well. And this event, Palm Springs, with the 50th hip hop, honestly, me and probably a few others would have rather you just didn't do it. If you weren't going to put the time and effort in it to make it a great success, you should have done it. What's more, even more like crazy, is that they didn't even play the music. How are you having a 50th hip hop celebration and you don't play any of the music from that era? Are you kidding me? If the DJ just played only the hip hop greats from that era, I'd have been fine with it. Now that would have been some type of representation. On a scale from 1 to 10, about a 2. You could have done better. You could have done so much better. I'm annoyed. I know I have to let go of this rant, and I will. They were playing music that have been, I would say, created within the last 10 years. Some of it may have been 20 years. But you're there from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. And I think they might have played 2 songs from that era. Honey, I have no interest. And this is not to say to those of you who want to experience that, you go right ahead, because what may work for you just may not have worked for me, or we live in different times. I'm just saying, I'm from that era. That is my era. Hip hop was created like when I was in high school. So I can speak on it. And this wasn't it, is what I'm saying. It wasn't it. Moving right along.